So there's this idea that you might have that might have been passed on to you, taught to you during your time towards awakening, which is that all thoughts are connected to or come from the ego, and therefore they should be let go, ignored, dropped, detached from, etc. And unfortunately, this can be a really detrimental belief or idea or concept that can stop you from reaching fulfillment, wholeness. And I say reaching lightly, obviously. What I mean by that is really being able to come into alignment with that. Now, I think one of the best ways to help you really understand this, to help your mind kind of grapple with this, because even though you are awakened, the mind still comes into play subconsciously. That's something I'll talk about in another video. But I think the best example to use around this is the idea of awareness and how thoughts interact with awareness, or awareness interacts with thoughts. So again, if you are somebody who has come into contact with awakening or are living from an awakened state, then you will not only know logically, but you will experientially understand that you are not thoughts, you are more so awareness. The sort of essence of what you really are is the awareness that interacts with body, that interacts with thoughts, that interacts with the world around you, so on and so forth. And again, your awareness is not something separate from those things, it is those things, and it is the world around you, so on and so forth, it is life. But something really important I want to bring your attention to is how on your path towards awakening, which if we were to break it down in a more simple way, is the dissolution of the ego. I want you to really think about this, use the mind as a tool in this space, or feel into it if you need to. How is it that if your ego are thoughts, or is thoughts, and you should let go of all those thoughts, how is it that on the path to awakening, or even before that, what drew you to awakening, what helped you get there, were thoughts? Somebody may have expressed it to you one day, you might have seen it in a video, you might have just one day realized or had the thought, the insight that there's got to be more to life, in the sense of it's not just about achievement, it's not just about so on and so forth. But how could that be true? If we're supposed to let go of all thought, how is it that thought had a role to play in bringing us towards awakening, bringing you towards awakening? And this is really important. I want to bring these two ideas together now. What was happening before you reached awakening, or before you became awakened, was that your awareness, what you really are, was basically filtering thoughts. And this is where it becomes important. Some thoughts are attached to the ego, but some thoughts are attached to something else. I'll get into that either later in this video or in another video of what that is exactly. But when your awareness came into contact with these certain thoughts, the ones that were aligned with awakening, there was something about those thoughts that resonated with your awareness, with you. And you latched onto them, or you took them and ran with them, or you sort of wanted to understand more about them. And the reason for this is because those thoughts carried a lightness, carried a truth to them. and that truth resonated with your awareness, with you, with what you really are, and therefore you followed those thoughts in one way or another. Now my point in this, the reason I use this, is because I really want that unconscious part of your mind, the subconscious part of your mind, to start to see that if you were to truly adopt the idea, and if you had truly adopted that idea in the beginning, that all thoughts should be let go of, then as soon as you had the thought of awakening, or something aligned with awakening, and you had dropped that, you wouldn't actually had gotten to the path of awakening. Now this is where it becomes a bit paradoxical, because in a way, yes, if you were able to do that in the beginning, you would be awakened already. But the point I'm trying to make is, in that stage, in that state of consciousness that you were in at that time, something was pulling you, something needed to pull you, so you could start to unravel, start to let go of things that were basically feeding the ego. And my bigger point here is that whatever it was that was feeding you these thoughts, dropping these thoughts into your head, into your mind, so that your awareness could pick up on them, that thing, I say thing, that creator of thought, of these specific thoughts, is still there and is still calling to you. But if you hold on to this idea that all thoughts need to be ignored, let go of, acknowledged, but then done nothing with, then you are missing out on, or losing the potential of following or continuing to follow these thoughts that will bring you to a space of greater fulfillment. When you start becoming aligned with that source, if you'd like to call it, through your unique expression or frequency of it, you find alignment in your life in general, and within yourself, and in connection to this greater thing, and it brings fulfillment. It fills you with a feeling that is unlike any other feeling you would have experienced or felt up until now. And I know, because I'm speaking from lived experience. So I'd like to invite you to not acknowledge all thoughts and then immediately drop them or let them go. I'd like to invite you to start feeling into the thoughts, seeing how they resonate with you, if they resonate with you or not. I don't know if you can hear that dog. It's barking quite intensely. Feel it, thoughts that are aligned with this piece of source, with your frequency, with fulfillment, wholeness, etc. They come with a knowing, with a familiarity, with a excitement, a passion, a magic or wonder almost. Thoughts that are aligned with ego, which, yes, drop those, let go of those. They come with a sense of urgency, with a sense of lack, with a sense of anxiousness. But if you are feeling that there is something more after awakening, this is part of the path to find that, to become aligned with that, to come back to that. Because just like awakening was always in you, so is this extra piece. So is this alignment. But you have to stay open-minded to it. You cannot subscribe to a belief or an idea, even if it comes from a teacher, even if it comes from a religion or an ideology or anything like that. Because the way you find your alignment and frequency in the world is from you alone. There are concepts and tools that can help guide you towards finding it and like understanding it and recognizing it. But ultimately, your way of being and feeling fulfilled and whole in the world is unique to you. Let me know in the comments if you have any more questions, if you want to like understand that a bit deeper. I'll make some more videos on those. Otherwise, I appreciate your time.